Dude, I've been kind of like looking into retro technology lately.
What kind of retro technology? What are we talking about?
It's the first thing that kind of got things started here was like those analog flip clocks.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, kind of like they look like the scorekeepers in volleyball.
Kinda, yeah. So I was like kind of just like looking into those, and then just went to just this rabbit hole of retro technology. Do you know when the first iPod came out?
Oh God, I think it was roughly when I was graduating out of middle school. So I'm trying to reverse engineer this. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Did you have one?
No,
they
were too expensive.
Yeah.
So I graduated. I want to say 2003 or 4.
Dude, 2001.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Holy.
2001. 2001 was a good year for technology.
Yeah, dude, those original iPods with the the wheels were so awesome.
Yeah, dude. Like this thing just looks awesome. The UI looks so bad, but
compared to where we are today.
Yeah, it just looks like a mini speaker. I don't know.
The wheel thing was just like
it was so
groundbreaking.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Man, really? 2000? You said 2001?
2001, yeah.
2001.
Yeah, good year.
What happened in 2001?
Nothing.
Never existed.
Nothing bad. It couldn't be anything bad.
Couldn't be anything bad. What's up, guys? You're listening You're listening to X3 Drop. I'm Xell.
And I'm Ducky.
And this week we are talking about Nats, which is less than a week away. But don't forget, you can get sleeves for your next tournament over at Endgame. We are affiliated, so you can get 10% off your next order. Right meow.
Yeah. See you guys at Nats. Xell and I are both going to be rocking Endgame Omegas.
Yeah.
Best sleeves in the market.
You know what? Maybe if you guys come find me, I'll get you a box.
Ooh,
how's that? Yeah.
First person to find you?
Yeah, first person to ask me about it.
Wait, keyword. Using a
keyword?
sleeper word. You have to ask Xell if he's got the boots on.
Oh God! The answer is no. But yeah, if you come up to either one of us, you ask us if we got the boots on.
Yeah. Okay,
we'll
first person. So we'll both carry a box each. First person to ask each of us if we've got the boots on, you get a box of Endgame Omegas.
Sleeves, yeah. So, come find us in Vegas. It'll be a lot of fun. And of course, if you want to support us directly, you can check out the Patreon where we've got bonus content every week. So go check that out. But yeah, today we're going to talk about Nats, man. Nationals. I feel like every time Nats rolls around, I don't know if it's just because of the timing of things, but I always feel like I'm scrambling. I always feel like there's like new decks on the horizon. Like there's always just like something that people are cooking up, and I get worried again.
Yeah, I mean that's just the nature of it because of the timing of the releases, right? Like OP14 just came out, and when was the release of that? That was when I was gone, so it's been like
January,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Right?
Really?
Like 2
just
weeks?
Maybe
three.
3.
Yeah, it's been like 3 now because I was gone for the release.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah, not a lot of time.
Nah, there's a just lot went of to Cabo.
Yeah, I did just come back from Cabo.
Yeah.
We were going to film right when I flew back.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, I'm freaking tired.
Yeah, not only that, I also just absolutely diced my hand open, and I was like, well, I could film, but I lost a lot of blood, and my ring finger, which I cut, was visibly thinner than all of my other fingers. It was actually kind of sick.
Just getting room to get married, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like if you need to, get thinner fingers, if you're a hand model, just cut the bottom of your hands open, bleed out a little bit. Your hands are gonna be so thin. It's gonna be awesome.
You want those skinny fingers?
Yeah, man. Like, just straight rot max.
Because I got big chungus fingers.
Yeah, and if you don't want chungus fingers,
I know who to call.
Yeah, man, I got you. I've cut my fingers more times than I care to admit.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of your profession, no?
A little bit, yeah.
Because you work with machinery.
I do.
Yeah, so I think that makes more sense. Like, I'd be more concerned if you were an office worker and you were constantly cutting things off your fingers. And
dude, that happens though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you know those like slicers?
Bro,
The
it's
paper
2025.
slicer?
Who the fuck is using those things?
Dude, every office has that.
No, it's not even true.
Every office has that. Name
no.
one office that doesn't have
Riot
that.
did not have that.
I promise you, Riot has that.
Okay, maybe somewhere in the
Yeah,
office.
I promise
but,
you
like,
that. In like a printing room or something, they definitely
I
have it.
promise you that less than 1% of the entirety of Riot, which is now smaller,
Yeah, 2x scale, huh?
has ever used one of those at the office. Less than 1%.
I don't know.
And that's a big company. That's like 3K people.
Yeah, well, it used to be. I don't like a dude. I think every office in like a printing room has one.
I don't think so.
Dude, my office has one.
Yeah, but why? Why do you guys have them?
I think we used to use them to cut labels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
to,
mean,
like,
you
trim
guys
labels
do
and
produce
stuff.
a product,
Yeah.
right? So I could see that.
Yeah, I don't use it
generally,
anymore.
No
but
way,
yeah.
man. Like nowadays, like the
Dude,
printer
Azuki has
area.
one?
Yeah, but they print cards. They're like
They don't
specifically
cut the cards.
Yeah, I mean, but like
Oh, the proxies?
yeah, proxies and stuff. There's like an actual use case for them.
There's a use case for cutting. It's just
like-
same as
it's so
scissors.
niche.
It's
so
the same as
niche.
scissors.
Yeah, but you don't cut yourself with scissors.
You can.
It's like very difficult.
I'll show you.
You do have a knack for it. So
Yeah, I
don't know. Speaking of cabo, though, and tying it to one piece. So one of the coolest things I did at cabo is snorkeling. We went
Okay.
out into the ocean, right where the Gulf of Mexico or whatever meets. It's not the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know which.
There's
Gulf
another
it is.
Gulf?
Because it's like on the tip of Baja, right? So it's on the left side, not the right side. But wherever it meets
Where
the
is
Pacific
Cabo?
Ocean. Okay,
I thought
so
it was in Mexico.
it is, but it's on Baja, like Baja, California.
Is Baja in California?
No. It's part of Mexico.
Why is it called Baja, California? Is that a restaurant?
It's probably, there's a
No, it's Baja Fresh.
Baja Fresh.
Okay,
And there's
okay.
Baja Blast.
Oh, Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast good.
That's why it's blue.
Yeah. Just like the
water.
ocean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that aside, the coolest thing I did was like we went out to like the rock formations that are out there,
Okay.
and they're really cool. And there are these like coves that you can see where when the tide is low, they open up into like a cave thing that apparently pirates used to use back in the day.
Pirates.
And the most famous of them all, Cavendish.
No
Yeah.
way.
I didn't know Cavendish was named after a real pirate. And then
I'm pretty sure all of them are.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they're all named after pirates.
no, I don't think so. Sengoku, the pirate.
Well, he's a Marine.
Okay,
Like Whitebeard was a pirate.
Whitebeard, Blackbeard.
Davy Jones? That's a pirate.
That's Hody, though.
No, there's Davy.
Is there a Davy Jones in One Piece?
Yeah. Isn't that like Blackbeard's dad's dad or something?
Oh, really? I don't know.
Zebex.
Zebex? Is that guy real? Zebex rocks?
I don't know, but probably.
Charlotte Linlin?
Duh, Charlotte Linlin's got to be. That sounds piratey.
I don't know.
Charlotte
I think Alvida
Linlin.
sounds piratey.
Alvida is piratey. Buggy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of these are based off of actual pirate names.
Yeah, I got it. And now I'm curious because
Yeah.
that really threw me for a loop. 'Cause, like,
Cavendish.
we were like walking down, and I'm like, a little tired. It's in the morning, and I'm like, okay, like we're
And like
out at sea.
Cavendish really isn't a main character.
No, he's just
by
like a
any
side
means.
guy.
Yeah, so like the fact that a side guy was named after a real pirate,
yeah.
Monkey's got to be someone.
I'm just saying, like, you go somewhere and you hear, like, yeah, that rock formation was named after Urog. You're like,
Yeah, dude.
what?
Yeah.
You know, like, so yeah, anyways, that was my little One Piece / cop. It was really cool, by the way. That was the coolest thing I did. It was snorkel with fishes.
What kind of fishes?
There was like angelfish. There was a manta ray underneath us.
Damn.
There was, I don't know, like, just standard fishy looking things. But,
Yeah, nothing crazy looking.
some stuff that looked like out of Nemo. You know the black angelfish with
Yeah,
the
the
yellow.
boss?
Yeah,
Yeah,
balls.
boss.
Yeah,
Yeah, boss.
Saw one of those in the water. That was cool.
Okay, so are those big?
No, they're pretty
He's
small.
really small
Yeah,
in the movie,
yeah.
right?
They
He
were
fits
not
in the
very big.
in the dentist office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not that big.
Okay. All right. Sweet. Is that saltwater?
Oh yeah, that
yeah?
shit was salty, man.
Are all gulfs saltwater? What is freshwater?
Like rivers and lakes.
That's it. That's the only thing that's freshwater.
I guess.
Okay, everything else is saltwater.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know.
I'm not a geologist,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know anything.
We hardly know anything about One Piece, and we do a podcast about it.
But we got to address the elephant room. We don't got Tora today.
Yeah, we don't have Tora today. Right after we announced that he's a permanent fixture in the podcast.
Yeah, so because Xell just went to Cabo, told Tora about the rock formations. He went to Cabo to climb them.
He said they're easy to climb.
Yeah, he said, Cavendish, I'm going to flash that.
Yeah.
That's a V3.
Yeah,
Restand
V3.
who?
No, it just didn't work out. And because I was in Cabo, our filming times changed. And so
Yeah, he's just away. He's far away right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he went to
Orange.
down south. Yeah.
Is orange named after the color or the fruit?
Both.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No.
Orange is named after the fruit. That's my guess.
Orange is named after the fruit.
Yeah.
So like the city of Orange and Orange County just has like fruit stuff on it, right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
That's what I think.
So is the fruit named after the color?
Naranja.
What came first, the chicken or the hen?
I don't know, dude. I don't
Right?
know. Was it called egg white before there was eggs and whites?
Ooh, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Someone had to have seen the color, the shade, and they're like, egg white.
Yeah, dude, you know what? I'm going to start doing that from now on. Like the way these people, I've been getting really into interior design lately.
Yeah.
And the way some of these people name colors, like they don't call it black.
Oh, no. It's always like some crazy thing.
Yeah, it's called
obsidian.
It's called anthracite.
Anthracite, yeah.
like, dude, where are you guys coming up with the names of these colors? Like, how come when you see something, you don't go blue, you go azure? Like that's
sapphire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not
They're named
normal.
after natural things in the wild.
Yeah, it's like not normal, and I like kind of want to do that. like the most I'll go is if that thing is blue, the most descriptive way to describe that would be pastel blue, right?
Yeah.
Right? Or if it was green, I would go pastel green, but they would go pistachio. That's pistachio,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of annoying, bro. I don't like that.
Is that annoying?
Yeah.
But it's like I love being specific. If you're able to carry just the vernacular to be able to accurately describe anything and everything that you can see accurately, isn't that just so sick?
There's got to be a point in which it's so specific that like the average layperson is just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And that's just IQ diff, man. I don't know.
Get educated.
Yeah,
Go to
get
college.
educated. We
Yeah.
got all this technology.
Yeah. Which is making us dumber, but
Yeah, well, use the right kind.
yeah, use the right kind. So anyways, One Piece.
One Piece.
Nats is coming up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what our predictions are for the decks that we're going to see at Nats, and who do you think is going to take it all? What deck?
Oof.
Yeah.
So, what do I think is going to take it all? Fork found in kitchen. I think it's Emu.
You think it's Emu?
I think it's Emu.
Oh,
I think that
interesting.
deck is very powerful.
I think Emu is good, but because it's a top cut format, I wonder if Emu is just worse.
I think that there's just going to be an incredibly high density of emus.
Yeah.
And I think that just by sheer numbers and statistics, that just makes emu more likely to be able to win the whole event, right?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Granted, that's not always the case, but just by looking at numbers,
Yeah.
the more emus there are, the more likely it's going to be.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think
that's
it's going to
fair.
be the most represented deck.
You know what I think? This might be a hot take, but I actually think maybe Mihawk will be the most represented deck.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I have a feeling.
What was Nat's one representation like? I can't remember.
Sokka and the very first one, right? That was a Sokka meta.
The second Nats, but the first half of it.
First half of it. That was BY meta?
It was no. It was like UP. Are we on the third Nats?
Bro, we might be on like the fifth, no?
No, the third year.
Third year. Yeah.
We're on the third year. Oh, so
God, I'm losing track
okay.
of all
So
the
sorry,
Nats.
not the second. The third.
The third year first Nats.
Yeah. 3.1.
3.1. So the one that we just happened. What was that?
UP
meta?
was really popular.
Yes, that was
Zorro
when
was really popular.
Yeah, Richard Yam won it with that. Bonnie was popular. UP.
Oh, Rayleigh. There's Rayleigh as well.
There was
Rayleigh got
Rayleigh.
like second, right?
Maybe like GP meta too. UPGP, Rayleigh.
Oh, yeah. UPGP, Rayleigh.
Bonnie. Those are kind of the bigger ones.
What was the most represented? Do you remember?
I think UP was.
It was UP? So like if if history were to repeat itself, right? The most represented deck is probably touted to be the most powerful at the time. At the time it was UP, right? You and I both brought it. This time, I think it's Emu.
I think it's Emu. I think it's less obvious this time around, man. I think
maybe.
I think a lot of top players, I think they're gonna move away from Emu because of how reliant it is on dice roll.
Yeah, but that is the case for both Emu and Ace. I think the difference is that Emu is a more consistent of a deck than Ace is. So I think if top players were to choose between one or the other, so like I think the top 3 decks right now in my head are in no particular order: Emu, Ace, Mihawk.
Yeah,
those are the 3 best decks. And 2 out of the top 3 are very, very reliant on dice roll, right?
Yeah. Emu and Ace, that's kind of what they've done to the format.
Yeah, they're very, very reliant on dice roll. So if you were to pick one of the 2, right, what is the better of the 2 decks? I think it's Emu.
I think it's Emu, yeah. But I just think that, again, maybe I'm just wrong. I'm looking, by the way, I pulled up the last top 32 statistics. Very interesting because in terms of number of leaders in the top 32, Rayleigh was highest at 7. There were 7 Rayleighs in the top 32.
I'm curious about the entire thing. The
whole
whole
thing. That's... I'm not sure if we have the data for
top 32. I can't really guess. Like it's kind of hard to parse top 32, but for like the whole thing, I feel like it's Emu.
Did we have those stats? Oh,
maybe not.
Curious.
Maybe not.
I don't think we did.
I'm willing to guess it's UP though. I think I played into like
I played
mirrors.
into a good amount of UP that day. And
UP and Zorro. I think UP and Zorro were probably the most popular.
UP Zorro.
Anecdotally, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Emu's going to be the most popular. If I were to make an edge, if I was a betting man, I would put my money on Emu. But if history were to repeat itself, right? UP was the most popular deck. Zorro won. So the second most popular deck is going to win, right?
Or just
that's
like
how the universe works.
The deck that beats the top dog.
Yeah, but then if it beats the top dog and loses to like a lot of other stuff, you can't really.
That's why I think
you gonna play your money on that.
I'm putting my money on Mihawk.
You're putting your money. Hit the
Boba
Kalshi. Hit the Kalshi.
Yeah, let's hit up Giannis about Kalshi. Yeah. By the way, that whole thing is just crazy, no? Like, how could you hire a professional athlete who's like directly involved in the parlays to be like a stakeholder in a gambling company? I don't know.
I feel like
the world's gone crazy.
I feel like there's no regulation.
Yeah, there just isn't.
Yeah,
like, it makes no sense.
Why am I paying my taxes?
Yeah.
I should just evade. Right? They've got bigger problems. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, like what does the government want with my thousands of dollars when you could go after somebody with millions? You know what I'm saying?
It's just not efficient.
Yeah,
right?
it's just bad.
Why are you keeping us down?
But I think low key they prefer just taxing the little guy more than the big guys. It makes no sense, but the big guys got way more protection.
Big guys do be playing Tashigi on 3. I can't remove anything.
Yeah,
damn. And I'm just playing vanillas.
Your vanillas are crazy though.
Yeah, my vanillas will go crazy.
Yeah. So, God, what were we talking about?
We're talking about Nats. Who do you think is going to win?
Yeah.
I though, in your defense, my second pick would be Mihawk. Like it's very, very close for me.
I think it might be the case that like Emu is the most popular deck. One, it's like very accessible. Two, like for people who just want to play a deck that's good and like roll the dice and see, like Emu is a deck that can just get you there. So the reason why I really like Mihawk is that the more the format is small, the better Mihawk does. And I think like decks that can do that means that you just need a good run. You know what I mean? Versus, I think it's easier to have a good run than it is to like win all your dice rolls.
Do you think? Yeah, probably. I think statistically that's probably correct.
Yeah.
Do you think that this will be a pretty narrow format?
No, I think
It's still young, so it's tough for us to decide, right? Like, obviously, you and I both agree on the top 3 decks, right? You not?
I low-key think maybe Boa's third.
It could be, yeah,
Ace.
that's possible, but it's close, right?
It's close,
it's pretty close, right?
Like, I think there's a clear top 4 for me.
Yeah. So I agree with you there. I think Boa would be 4th for me.
Yeah.
Could be switched for 3rd.
Yeah.
And then you have like other kind of half-tier powerful decks, right? Like Yellow Luffy. We'll see representation.
Purple Dofi.
UP. Yeah. What's another one?
Red Green Luffy.
Red Green Luffy.
Purple Yellow Rosinante.
Yeah, that's one that's been coming up
Yeah.
a lot. I think. How could we forget Black Yellow Moria?
Oh yeah, Black Yellow Moria.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these are kind of like fringe decks, but they're still powerful. Like they can still do the thing.
I got a little worried because I've been seeing all these Chinoize cups and the top 4 is just wilder and wilder. It's just like people are just bringing out all these different types of decks. And Chinoize cup, to be fair, like isn't representative of. It's more like a crazy local, like a big local, because they do it on Sim, which means like.
Don't they do webcam? Mm-mm. Oh, it's Sim.
It's Sim.
Okay.
So the level of accessibility is like incredibly high, right?
Sure.
Like people can just bring whatever they want.
Yeah, you don't have to have the cards.
You don't have to have anything. You don't need to purchase anything except the ticket. So there's that. 2 is just like there's no sort of like barrier to entry, right? Like anyone can sign up because you can choose any deck and whatever. So I think it's wilder than like what I would see at a normal, I don't know, regional, let's say. But that being said, like just seeing some of the consistent decks that seem like they just win a lot is a little bit frightening because they are decks that I'm not less prepared into. Like
like Blue Purple Sanji.
Yeah, Blue Purple Sanji. That deck is like kind of scary and like
I don't know what to do about that. I'm just gonna play my Tin Beard on 8 and hope for the best.
And they might just Red Rocket 3 times and then bring back events and then Red Rocket
again. Do they have
again.
access to the radio already?
They don't.
Okay.
But they have, I think some lists run some way of recycling events. I forget.
Uh-oh.
But
Ruh-roh.
I mean, that being said, I think are they favored into you? I have no idea.
Nah, no way.
Just because like they're so sticky.
But
like
I just ignore
Sanjis.
them.
But they're just so big.
I'm bigger. I'm way
12K
bigger.
might not be bigger than the Sanjis.
Dude, for sure it is. For sure.
And they
12K.
red rock your guys. Gravelade, red rock. Gravelade, red rock.
I don't care about Graveblade. Red Rock I care a little bit more about. I don't care about Graveblade.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's just, dude, so people will always ask me like, oh, why are you playing Ace? Like, why did you decide on Ace for Nats? The short answer is, I don't got any other cards. I'm gonna be honest. I just came back from vacation. I'm unprepared. I don't have any cards. B, I've been playing the deck since OP 13, so like one set now. So I'm pretty familiar with how the deck functions, how some of the existing matchups are. Obviously, you have to learn some of the new ones, and a lot of the new ones are bad matchups, right? Like Boa, Mihawk, for example. Like these are not good matchups. Emu got worse as a matchup. So if somebody were to ask me right now, hey, I have I have access to all of the possible cards of every meta deck. What deck should I bring to Nationals? My answer would not be Ace. Yeah. But when I play a 10 cost on 8 Dawn,
feels pretty good.
Dude, it's like pulling down my pants and then just going, who's going to do something about this? It is awesome.
Yeah. You
I'm just bricked up. Who's going to do something about this?
Yeah, it's when you bring out the Magnum condoms.
Yeah, man. Even that don't fit.
Yeah, it doesn't fit a 10 beard.
No.
Not for 8 Dawn.
No. That's why people go like, oh, I thought you were a ramp guy. Bro, I'm playing a 10 cost on 8. I am ramping.
It is a ramp deck. Yeah. Speaking of Ace, actually, I'm curious, like deck philosophy wise, because I think a lot of people with Ace are, I mean, like we saw Australian ads, like there were lists that were just teching for everything and everything.
Yeah.
I wonder, dude, what if you built an Ace list just for like 3 matchups and you just give up on the rest, and then you're just like, let me win those 3. You know what I mean? Like, let me win against Emu, let me win against Mihawk.
There are no tech cards that will save you from Emu. Like if you lose dice roll,
people have teched away from Emu though. Like they've teched away with Rogers and puddings and stuff like that. They play like 1 each. Like go back to 2, 3 of those.
That's not gonna like save that matchup though.
You don't think so?
Nah, that's not gonna save the matchup. It's just dice roll? Yeah. It's legit not gonna save the matchup.
That's tough.
Because Emu has access to like, dude, people are playing minimum 8 condoms now.
You're going to have to elucidate me on that one.
The plus 4K events?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, straight protection. Ain't nothing getting through.
Yeah.
They're playing minimum 8, right? And then some of them are playing GARP events.
Yeah.
And then maybe like Skepa's event. I don't know.
Yeah, they play... No, they don't play that one as much. But they play like 10 events now. Yeah.
Right? Like 10 events is the standard. Like, I don't care. If I'm going first, I'm not getting through, dude. There's nothing I can do. No card I can play that'll let me get through.
Yeah. So you're just like, that one dice roll.
That one is straight up dice roll. Yeah. Or if the Emu misses a step, that is also very, very good. Like if they can't remove your 4 cost or your 5 cost, that's huge.
It's so unlikely, bro.
It is very unlikely. But it's happened. That's the thing. It's happened. What was the other thing? You can tech for Mihawk. I think teching for Mihawk is good. Yeah. I'm teched for Mihawk currently.
Yeah.
Teching for the mirror, of course. Teching for the mirror is fine. I think you can totally afford some spots to tech for the mirror. Boa.
I mean, luckily, I think teching for the mirror just helps you tech for the meta generally.
I actually don't think that's the case.
Really?
Yeah. So like teching for the mirror to me means playing more puddings.
Yeah.
And playing like a 7 cost card.
I was thinking just like more red rocks and more big guy removal.
Well, if you're playing anti-Jozu War stuff, I think that like really favors you in the mirror for sure. Like 7 cost Dofi.
Yeah, and that card's good against Mihawk too.
It's okay into Mihawk.
Yeah, but if they dare play a 7 drop on on whatever and you bounce it, I feel like that's pretty bad tempo for them.
Yeah. It's like okay, but if they play a 7, I more than likely want to play,
just play 8 drop.
The big beard. Like pretty seldom am I like, oh, I need to remove this instead of developing my big guy. Like the strength of the deck is I get to play a broken 10 cost on 8 Dawn.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So that's why I decided to remove the Dofi from my list entirely. It's not bad into Mihawk necessarily, but I've only found it like really absurd in the Ace mirror. That card is just absurd in the Ace mirror. Bounce your Jozu. Who's gonna do something
you
about
can't
this?
do anything about this. 7 is the magic number there for sure.
It's incredible. It's so good.
Honestly, Jozu is just such an insane card.
Yeah, Jozu is fucking crazy.
It's just like one of the most insane cards ever printed. Yeah.
Like I remember when I first picked up Ace, I was like, is Jozu even good? And then I started playing the deck and I was like, this card, I want to play 6 of this card. This card is broken.
Yeah, play 5 like all the people who win tournaments. Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, Eggman. That one's tough.
Yeah. What, Boa? I legitimately don't think there's a card that'll save you from Boa.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you lose dice roll, that matchup is so cooked.
Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad. Like, the only way you win is if most of their life they don't trigger anything.
So if you're an Ace player, you're hoping for a wide format, actually. Because I think like outside of like the top 4, you start to get like kind of more favorable matchups, depending on what people bring. But like,
yeah, it really just does depend.
Because like Yellow Luffy, I think, I mean, it's not free for Ace, but it's better. It's like one of the, I would say, a better matchup.
It is a better matchup.
Purple Dofi
also.
Croc.
Croc I actually haven't played at all, but I heard Ace is supposed to smash that deck.
Yeah.
But in terms of Ace's winning matchups, like Purple Dofi and Yellow Luffy, those matchups are actually a lot closer than people will lead you on to believe. Like
Sure.
yellow Luffy players are like, oh, I hate Ace, right? That's a bad matchup. I'm like, dude, just win dice roll.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
then it's like 50-50. If
they
you see your curve,
if they go Nico Robin,
I lose. I straight up
kid,
lose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kid, unblockable, yeah, you're dead.
yeah, like I straight up just die, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then same thing with Dofi. Like if Dofi sees like Virgo, Dofi Virgo, Dofi Virgo, like there's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah. But it's like the likelihood, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's why it's like more. It is Ace favored, but it's certainly not.
It's not
a
unlosable.
free matchup.
Yeah.
I think the yellow Luffy and Dofi players will lead you to believe that the matchup is free. It's not.
It's
free.
not. Yeah. But I think also with some of these other decks. So I went to Eggman's last week. I got murdered by 2 decks in particular.
Okay.
And they're the 2 decks that have been doing well in the Chinoize Cups. It's the
Talk to me.
purple yellow Rosinante deck, and it's the red green Luffy deck.
If we know anything about Hayden, is that he loves the little wacky fringe decks.
Yeah.
He loves those decks, right?
He loves particularly. I feel like he likes mid-rangey decks, like decks that play like medium guys.
Nah, dude, he likes big guys too. Like his favorite deck is red purple Luffy.
Yeah, that's fair.
He just like he just likes kind of weird fringe decks that are powerful. They're not like absolutely garbage, straight.
He definitely
poop
doesn't
from a
play
butt.
meta, that's for sure.
Yeah, he doesn't play meta, but he plays like stuff that's like kind of like almost there.
Yeah.
Like you'll never see him playing Hanya Ball.
Yeah, he's not playing that.
But
He won't play straight junk.
yeah, but like red green Luffy plays good cards.
Yeah.
Purple yellow Rosinante plays good cards.
It's kind of like the Jansuko a little bit,
A little bit.
Like he'll
Yeah, they suffer from the same syndrome.
yeah. Don't say it like that.
Why?
Syndrome.
Syndrome. That's not it.
The sin comes first, buddy. So I played against those 2 decks, and the decks that I brought specifically cannot deal very well with those decks.
What did you bring?
I brought Roger, I brought Mihawk, and I brought Crocodile. And
Fun little list you got there.
Yeah. We both decided that we were gonna bring like more silly stuff, so we're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But I will say, both red green Luffy and purple yellow Rosinante do things that I was like, these decks are actually very powerful, and there are certain things about them that will catch people off guard, and people will do things incorrectly. Like I was particularly impressed with purple yellow Rosinante. Red green Luffy has its strengths and weaknesses, I feel like, as a deck. I don't know if you've played into these.
I
decks.
have.
Yeah.
I've played. I never into purple yellow Rosinante, but into red green Luffy. I have played into that deck, and it is incredibly tanky.
Yeah, it's just like there are turns that you just don't get to swing because
you straight up can't swing because they have 4 Dawn standing, and you're just like, oh, this is literally 0 cards out of their hand. Like I can't do anything to you.
Yeah.
Pass. Right. It's like so annoying.
and
they have 3 cards in hand. Like they. Initially, I had thought that red green Luffy was going to be like a very high card economy deck.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's
not, right? Like you go down on cards very, very quickly, but like towards the end of the game, you just play your cheap-ish guys, like the mid-range guys, like 6 cost double attack Luffy.
Yeah, and they
he
restand everything.
Restands a bunch, and then like you just develop the one thing, and then you just pass.
Yeah,
and then it's invincible. So like what I usually do is I just like Jozu bounce it, but then if I keep doing that, he has enough Dawn that I can't actually get attacks through.
Yeah. It's interesting. So like, again, the decks that I brought aren't very interactive. Like I'm sort of just forced to play the regular combat game, and it feels really scary because like the 7k attacks that just keep pelting in are very threatening, and he just holds up this Dawn. And the bad thing about Luffy is I think he runs out of steam, or his guys get simply like too outclassed, where like the number of Dawn that you have still just doesn't like counter out of a 12k swing or whatever, right? Yeah. So like I see where the strengths and weaknesses of that deck are, and but I was still just like, wow, this deck is quite scary, especially for a deck like Mihawk that doesn't do as well into like mid-rangey decks as well like that. And then purple yellow Rosinante, that deck is just GP Luffy. I don't know if you've played into that, but it is just GP Luffy.
I haven't played into it, but I kind of know what it does. Like for -1 Dawn, your laws cost two
less,
cheaper.
yeah.
Right. So, and then the 6/8 blocker is just Sanpu.
Is just Sanpu,
Yeah.
with blocker and just bigger.
Yeah.
And then he also has an effect where whenever one of his guys would be KO'd, he can just take a life instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so that means like if you are only trying to kill things by combat, you'll never get there.
Can you play the Rosy Law for cheap?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
You play it on for 4,
Yeah.
bro. And then it because you minus a Dawn, you draw a card and it re-ramps. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
just Sanji pudding.
Yep. I'm bouncing it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like
Yeah.
other decks like have like direct interaction and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's why I think like Ace, if people
it's just Ace, huh? Are there other decks that
There's
have
not
that
that
can
many
interact with it?
decks that
Not
do,
really, because like even Yellow Luffy, the most you can do is pop a 5.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a cost 6.
And like the nice thing
It's also
about
not ground deathable.
yeah, you can't like it is actually very annoying. Like
Yeah.
its stats being 6 cost 8k just puts it out of range of like so many things.
The only thing that can deal with it is Jozu.
Yeah, is Jozu. Jozu's like the perfect answer
Yeah.
for it. And
Good for me.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like some of these like more tertiary decks are really difficult for some decks to deal with. Like I think Purple Yellow Rosinante is good into Emu and good into Mihawk.
That's a great deck to bring then.
Yeah, right. And but it loses probably pretty hard to like Boa and Ace.
Boa.
Because Boa doesn't care about your blockers. And if you take life from trying to protect your own guys, that's good for Boa anyways. Because she just wants
true.
you to be at 0. I will also say that Rosinante generally has a fat hand and can counter huge hits, but Boa has pudding. So
True, yeah. Boa, good deck.
yeah, Boa's a really good deck, right? Like it just has like a very consistent game plan that like it just puts you on a timer.
Yeah, like, dude, I think the most annoying thing about Boa is like sometimes the timer doesn't start immediately. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're playing a chess match, you sit down, the clock doesn't start right away. I can start chatting with my opponent, you know, drink a little tea, enjoy a little boba or something. But sometimes you swing life and sister Tia Tamara come out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The clock has already started.
Yeah.
The clock has started before I sat down.
Oh my god. Destiny's Child comes out of life and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There are sometimes I want to just straight up kill the thing and take the life.
Sometimes it's worth.
And then another one just comes out of life. And I'm like, why?
Anytime you inadvertently swing and they get Gorgon Sisters, it's usually just over.
Yeah, it's so cooked.
And then the other thing that's tough about it is like if you play the slow game and then they draw a bunch of Kumas and then they
Yeah, Kuma is a really, really annoying card because the only way I can race them is if they don't heal.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can, or if they heal only via the 9-cost Boa. If they only heal via the 9-cost Boa, I do have enough time to race them. But before that, if they have triggered out 2 bodies out of life and then just chain Kumas, suddenly your 4-life leader has become like a 9-life leader. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Not to mention the Kumas are not bounceable.
Yeah, at least not the turn that they're played, right?
Which is
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
The thing that I find annoying with Boa when they start playing Kumas is like generally against Boa, you're kind of forced to like 2-turn, 3-turn them in a weird way, and Kuma just throws that math off entirely.
It's so bad.
So I think that card is particularly really important for them. And yeah, anyway, so Boa, very strong deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel like I sometimes, now that we're just talking about Boa, I feel like I sometimes underrate that deck a little bit because I think some people overrate it a little bit too much. But I think its actual strength is still just like in the top 4.
It's definitely very good. Yeah, it's a deck that is arguably better than Ace.
Yeah.
And Ace is a very powerful deck.
Yeah, Ace is crazy.
Like, we don't need to talk about Ace anymore. Like, you play a 4-drop on 4, you play a 6-drop on 6 that interacts with something, and you play a 10-drop on 8.
Yeah.
Like, the deck is very good.
And the 10-drop isn't just a 10-drop.
Right, yeah. It's a 10-12 blocker, draw 2, trash 1, give 4 Dawn.
Yeah, like, really, when you think about it, it costs you 4 because you refunded 4 of the Dawn into
it's
attacks.
very good.
Like, it's so good. So yeah, I like Ace, very powerful, but yeah, Boa also very powerful. My only question is like, can Boa feasibly make it all the way? It just like doesn't feel like a deck that makes it all the way for me. You know, like I
Maybe
can see
online.
a world. Huh?
Maybe online.
Yeah. Well, that's why they got rid of onlines, right?
Any foot pedal boas out there?
Any foot pedal boas. Yeah. 6 Gorgon sisters in deck.
Yeah. That's too many sisters, man.
But like I can imagine Emu, Mihawk winning it all.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can imagine
Ace winning as
Boa.
well.
I have a hard time thinking that Ace will make it all the way.
I can imagine it. I think it's pretty unlikely because it's very dice roll dependent and matchup dependent.
I think if Emu or Ace are going to win, they have to be like number 1 seed, number 2, like one of the top 5 seeds.
Which is possible.
Yeah,
which is possible.
It's just like it's unlikely.
It is unlikely.
I just think because like I mean, again, I'm not going to use the sim stats as like gospel necessarily, but like it's crazy how much the dice roll matters.
Yeah.
And if we're saying that there's going to be a lot of Emu at this event, you got to roll the dice good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
I'm shopping around for some blessed dice.
Yeah.
So for any manufacturers that use holy water during the process, I'm looking for those dice.
Yeah, so okay, so we've talked kind of the top other 3 decks, but now I want to talk about Mihawk a little bit.
Okay.
So the reason why I just think there's going to be some Mihawk players who just get the God bracket, right? And they get to dodge the random shit. And I think Nats is like an event where it's somewhat easier to dodge random shit compared to a locals or like an open regionals.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that.
Because more people are going to be like, I got to take this seriously. I got to play a top 4 deck. And Mihawk does quite well into all the top 4 decks, in my opinion. So, like, you know, you get the God bracket and you're a little bit less dice roll dependent, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was just going to bring that up. It's a deck that doesn't really rely on dice roll that much, depending on what your build is. And I think a lot of players who value that kind of strength in a deck will naturally try to gravitate towards Mihawk.
Yeah. That's my impression too. And I feel like I've been seeing a lot of sort of like the top player circles like talk about Mihawk a lot. So I just assume Mihawk is going to be popular among like the, I don't know, upper echelon of players.
I think also in the early stages of OP14, people were talking about, Mihawk feels awful to play, right? It's just Shanks 2.0.
True.
Shanks ain't got searchers like that.
Yeah.
The heck, 3 sets of searchers?
You know, it's funny.
Shanks ain't searching like that.
Because in
a stage that cycles itself?
In the anime, we like talk about how like Shanks is so sick, Shanks is all that, Mihawk fraud. In the game,
it's
completely the
opposite.
reverse. Yeah. Shanks is a goddamn fraud. I still just absolutely love that one Twitter video where they just like use the Kevin Durant rant about being a fraud. I don't know if you've seen this video. Oh god, I gotta show it to you later. But it's just a rant about like this person being a fraud, and they just use all the Shanks statistics, like most played.
I have seen this. I have seen this.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Like, but on the other hand, like Mihawk, like I think. On one hand, I was uncertain at first, but having played the deck more, I was like, no, I think people are right. Like this deck is not Shanks 2.0. There are builds that like do well going first and second. It is true that you do brick out with the deck, like you would with Shanks. Sometimes you just die like a dog, but sometimes, and a lot of time, you just get there.
Yeah, like I think I've learned when playing against Mihawk to a lot of times straight up ignore their board.
Yeah.
Because if I ignore your board and I go for face, there's a pretty high likelihood you got a bunch of nonsense in your hand.
Yeah. And
you're about to contribute to the Great Wall, brother. Replace some of those missing bricks.
Yeah, and I think like I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Mihawk definitely has some weaknesses, but I just think like, you know, at the end of the day, the person who wins Nats is going to be the luckiest person in the room. And I just think Mihawk is a deck that like needs a little more selectively good luck than some of the other decks, and maybe less so, like because of the dice situation.
Yeah.
Because when you lose to yourself, I feel like Mihawk loses itself more than some of these other decks for sure. But,
which is a feels bad moment.
But definitely less than say like a deck like UP, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And so like that's why I just think Mihawk will eventually just take Nats, you know, is that like somebody on their day with the right build and good luck will just get there.
Richard Yam.
Yeah. Do you think he's on Mihawk? He's got to be, right? Or is he bringing green Zoro?
Dude, he might just be playing Zoro. He already has his world's invite, but like if you have the opportunity to back a nationals and get another first place Luffy, like dude, that would be sick.
That'd be insane.
Speaking of that, like are there any interesting storylines that you're looking forward to in Nats?
Let me think. Like, what do we have here?
We've got the Jackson storyline.
Yeah.
Right. So Jackson,
he's been rift-bounding recently.
Yeah, he's been doing back-to-back. He has accomplished back-to-back worlds for North America. Are we gonna see a three-peat from Jackson?
That'd be crazy.
He'd be unprecedented, the best player
that we've seen.
Yeah, that we've seen yet. Right. Like not only in America, but probably worldwide. Like, nobody else has done that.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think for him, it'll just be important, like to just play clean, do all the things right, and and just prove that he's the best of the best.
Yeah.
I think there's just like right now in sort of like the top player circles, there's just like a lot of really like exciting players, I guess, because I feel like I feel like we're kind of in like the second era of One Piece a little bit, where some of the OG names just aren't as prominent anymore. You know, like I remember early on in the days, there was like the will to win guy, Craddock, who was like really on the top of everything.
I think it was before my time, maybe.
Jackson, Jonas, obviously they're still around.
Still
kicking.
Active players, yeah.
But like,
I guess your Crosses.
Yeah, like Cross isn't as prominent anymore these days.
Yeah, Chris Sock is still playing.
Chris Sock, yeah. I don't know. It just feels like a little bit of a new era. A little bit like we have more upstarts. Like Zoru has been on a tear.
I'm a big Zoru fan, man. That guy is so
tear.
good.
I'm trying to think of some of the other people I've been seeing a lot of recently, and I'm just like, yeah, these guys are just like super dedicated players, and they're like really showing results.
Yeah.
So,
of course you've got what's his name? Seven.
Oh yeah, Sammy.
Yeah.
Also, just like
kind of like part of the new era of like really talented players.
I'm pretty sure like these guys all have been playing since the beginning, but
but their breakout performances have like
feels
just
more
been
recent.
Yeah. I mean, Zoru's got like so many accolades, right? Like that guy's an incredibly decorated player for sure.
The fact that there's a meme about him just like only top 16ing and not getting a cereal just shows you how good he is.
Because like I think it's like every event or every other event he goes to, it's like top 16.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, that's
the fact that you have a meme that you're always one round off from winning a cereal means that you're very consistently getting to the top.
Yeah. He's so good.
Yeah. So, I think there's just like a lot of exciting players. Chris Sock also had some pretty insane finishes this last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. Do
you think there's going to be an even newer guard to come out?
I mean, this is the format for it, right? Like, this is the format where people can make a breakout stage because of the jungle format.
Because back in Nats 3.1, we've seen a return to old, right? Richard Yam, the real OG.
Yeah.
Right? The guy we haven't heard about since Red Zoro came back and just won everything.
Yep.
Like, dude, what if history were to repeat itself in Nats 3.2? The run back, JCM on top? The run back?
Yeah, we'll see.
Kings of old?
We'll see for JCM. I know he's not feeling hot going into the weekend. I mean, he obviously has also been incredibly busy recently.
Yeah. And he's like coming off the back of a vacation as well. So like everything is a little backed up for him.
But I do think Yellow Luffy is like the perfect deck for him.
I think maybe Boa, dude.
I feel like he should be playing Boa, but Yellow Luffy stylistically feels very similar to what he does.
Not even stylistically. I think just flavor-wise, having 6 life.
6 life.
Yeah, it's just very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
6 life, yellow leader, has a bunch of obnoxious triggers.
Yeah.
That's JCM, baby.
Yeah, man.
So, I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. We've got our work cut out for us this week. Now that I was like actually hesitant to go to Cabo because my mom just like randomly hit me up, was like, yo, you want to go to Cabo? And I was like, my initial answer was, fuck yeah. And then my second answer was, oh God, it's a week before Nats. Like, am I going to be prepped like enough? And I was like, screw it. I'm going to Cabo. But now that I'm back, I'm like, dude, now I feel a little pressure. Like I feel a little unprepared.
Dude, back when you made the decision to go to Cabo, It was
Like
1 week away.
Yeah.
Dude, we are 3 days away.
Yeah, 3 days away.
We are literally 3 days away, and I have done little to no prep. I just play the big guy on A, brother.
And I also think that the more recent worlds too, another reason why I think, or recent Nats I should say, are going to be more diverse is because the LCQ spots are way bigger in number than they used to be.
Oh, that's right. We should talk about LCQ.
Yeah, we should talk about LCQ.
LCQ is like they did for 3.1, where anybody who goes X2, anybody who goes X2 qualifies for the main event.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, how many people was that? I can't remember. It was like 60 something.
Yeah,
60 something people,
something like that.
Out of like 1,000, I think it was. I don't know. LCQ is capped. It's a capped event.
I think this time it is capped. Yeah.
Was last year uncapped or 3.1 uncapped?
No, it was capped. It was
capped, right?
I think so.
I imagine it's like 1028 or whatever that number is.
I just know that the final number for that 3.1 Nats was 800 people. So
okay.
So that means that like 1/8 roughly were from LCQ ish, I think, because 60 to 60 plus people got in.
Yeah, I actually think that this time around there are going to be more people at Nats for a few reasons, right?
Have there been more events?
There have been fewer events. That's why.
Oh, so there's more? Oh, you're saying more from LCQ.
Yes, more people showing up to or the same amount of people that will be showing up to a national event, but not qualified for the main event because they couldn't get in either through the store champs, which there was exactly one wave of.
Yeah.
Or they couldn't get an invitational through the like 1.5 waves of regionals.
Yeah.
Right. There have been, I think, half the amount of events that there normally are for nationals.
I feel like this happens a lot with the second Nats.
For sure.
Lot less events.
Yeah. So I think there are going to be less people qualified. And that means more people gunning for LCQ spots. So I'm expecting LCQ spots to go over the 800 that we saw in 3.1. Okay. That's my guess. Educated decision. And also, there's another reason why I think there's going to be more people at LCQ is because of the recent market pump.
Yeah, well, so if this is only the case if LCQ is uncapped, right?
Well, people will be like on the wait list, right?
Yeah.
People will be going. They're going to be playing at BCF. Good luck getting side event spots. I think
they already sold out. Right?
Yeah, like a lot of these people are just going to. Well, they have like lotteries, I think, for those things, or like retail spots.
They already opened. Yeah, they opened up spots on the Bandai app for retail spots, but I think they also just sold the side event ones too.
Yeah, because the only side event one was like find a friend, find a partner event.
Oh,
there's probably other
event? Yeah.
There's probably other ones.
We'll see.
But like because at Nats 3.1 they did on-demand firing, but they were like 4 hours behind schedule or something for those events.
Yeah.
So like I can't imagine this time around it's going to be better run. There's going to be more people. It's going to be more chaotic. There's more events, right?
Like, dude, do you think there's just going to be people scalping like crazy at the event? It's going to be crazy, huh?
Yes, I think retail is absolutely cooked.
Yeah. If you get a spot though.
Yeah.
I know I won the lottery for the Gundam event, so I know I have a slot for picking up Gundam stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, but you only pick up.
Yeah,
right. You can't purchase anything new.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. Yeah. But
I really want some.
But you're kind of a Gundam tourist, no?
I am a Gundam tourist. I don't play that game, but I just like the Gundam stuff.
Yeah. You just like mechs.
Yeah.
I get it. They had a Haikyuu game over there. I'd fill out the Bandai lottery for that.
Like,
I don't play the game.
Yeah, I don't play. But I
don't play the game, but I like a shiny signature Oikawa.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for this Nats. I think I've been saying it a little bit where I'm just like excited to compete just in general. So I guess we'll see after these few days because I am a little worried right now. I feel like I'm like out of a 10 preparation. I feel like I'm like at a 4. I really don't feel prepared right now.
But the last time you said you were a 4, you won a regional.
Did I say that?
You said you were like, 4.
No way.
Yeah, you were like, dude,
someone find the clip.
You're like, I just picked up this deck. I don't know what I'm doing. And then you just won a regional.
There's no way that happened. There's no way. The thing with Rayleigh, though, was that I had been exploring decks for a while. Although I didn't play Rayleigh specifically for the week leading up to it, I had been like considering other decks and like looking at things. So it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's true. Yeah. I know you're anxious about Nats because I've never seen you pick up Dawn and shuffle it like this in the middle of filming. That was crazy. I've never seen that.
I was like thinking about it. I was like, damn.
I have never seen that before.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. Like I really want to do well. Because I feel like Nats events I haven't historically done very well.
Neither have I. Like I think we both finished like what, anywhere from like 128 to like 250 something.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
Like the last Nats I didn't do well. Although I don't blame myself for last Nats very much. I think I was reasonably prepared as a player. Just
actually, you and I were both pretty prepared. Like we played effectively the same 50.
Yeah.
I think we might have played the exact same
50. Yeah.
But yeah, we played a lot. We were pretty prepared, but dude, I hate to be a broken record, but it's like the same issue that I keep having at long events is that I just get drained. Like I could have made top 64.
That's right. You were kind of on the cusp.
Yeah, I was on the cusp of top 64 going into my last round.
Yeah.
And I just like pitched it.
I
absolutely just pitched it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah. Yeah,
I just ran out of steam, man. So this time around, like
glucose.
Yeah, I'm prepared, bro. I'm prepared. You think they'll let me bring grapes in the venue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fire.
Yeah, I think like so this previous Nats, I feel like my luck was just bad with the deck.
Yeah.
Like, and I was playing UP, and
you queued into like GPS out the wazoo, right?
Yeah, I queued into 2G. I think I won against both the GPs, crazy enough.
Yeah,
and then I just faced a bunch of Zoros.
Yeah, I remember this. It was like Green City for you.
Yeah, it was just Green City, which is not what you want.
Yeah.
And then in the mirror, like I both won and lost in really shitty ways. So it was like whatever. Like it was just like luck wasn't on my side. I don't think I felt bad about that one necessarily, but some of the previous Nats I felt bad. There was the one Nats that I played BY at, and I literally just chucked 2 games for no reason. I could have been like 5-0.
Yeah,
and
you just pitched it.
I just I got to the end game state. I still remember it. I was like against, I think it was Endeavor, who is on the east side. Like, I think he plays over at DXN.
Okay.
And I had winning lethal lines, and I just like chose all the wrong swings and then lost on the crackback. And I sat there and I was like, I just didn't do anything right there.
Yeah.
And then I tilted so hard that I think after like round 4 or round 5,
you're just cooked.
I dropped, and then I went back home to our like hotel or Airbnb, and I just started reading Mistborn.
I like vaguely remember.
Yeah,
this.
I was so tilted.
I don't remember explicitly, but I vaguely remember the storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I should have played it out realistically.
Yeah.
But I was so tilted.
Nah, dude, I drop events early all the time.
I think Nats is the event that you shouldn't, because like
Probably
every
not.
little thing, like every little prizing could be massive.
It could be, yeah, especially in today's day and
economy,
age.
yeah.
It's just like one of those things where, as a player who's a little older now, I kind of value my sanity and like my agency over very
it just
much
depends.
else.
Like if I'm like 0-3, I'm dropping.
Yeah.
But if I'm like 5-3, I'm playing out the last 2 rounds.
I mean, I've dropped events at X1. Like
not at Nats.
Not at Nats. Yeah, but like I've dropped a regional at X1. I lost round 1. And then I just like won the next 4, and I was just like, I don't want to play anymore, man. Like, what am I doing, man? The guy I lost to is like not even good. Yeah. Like, I'm not making it. I'm just queuing up for heartbreak, bro. It's my trauma. I think it's trauma.
The trauma with the later rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we gotta just be prepared to play it out. I think.
Yeah. At Nats, I think I'm down to play it out, but
I think it's actually a little bit of a bad habit that I've gotten from, especially like the onlines, is like doing like okay, you're like X2 round 7, and then I'm just like, I don't want to play these last 2 rounds and then dropping.
That happens a lot.
Yeah, like it happens, and I'm just like, it's like at that point you're like, it's like noon, you're hungry, you're like wanting to go to lunch or whatever. I think it's like a little bit of a bad habit. I want to be more prepared to just like play out the whole tournament, be locked in, and tell myself that I'm not dropping. Like I'm playing it out.
How much of that do you think is like hunger as a player?
A lot of it.
That's
I
like
think
almost everything.
I think
right?
a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so much of it is just like because it's like because we both like lifting, right? It's kind of like when you're
I don't like it, but I do it.
you do it a lot. Yeah. So as people who go to the gym, for me occasionally, for you a lot, like
What is you go probably more than I do?
no, I go like on a good week 4 times, but usually
Yeah, I go like
2
4.
or 3.
Yeah.
I
I go a little bit more. Than
Yeah. But like, you're on those last few reps, and if you
Oh, you gotta really want it.
yeah, you gotta want it, and then you can squeeze out like 1 or 2 like half reps or whatever, right? But like it's because you're mentally prepared for the reps, and you're telling yourself, at the end of this, I am willing to die for these last reps,
Yeah.
and you go for it, right?
Yeah.
I think that in the same vein, like with these long tournaments, if you're not saying to yourself, I am willing to die for these last few rounds.
What a sick absolute mental cue,
Yeah.
right? Like what I've never thought about it that way, because when I am like about to hit failure and I'm like lifting those weights, I'm like, dude, my mom is right here, and if I don't get this up, she's dying. Like my mom will explode and die.
In
right?
my head, sometimes I get like the avatar of like my ancestors are watching.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I have to
get
do
it up. I have to get it up. Yeah, so like I think of like, oh, if I don't get this up, I'm dead. Right, gun to my head.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy will shoot me dead if I don't get this up.
Yeah.
So I just do everything in my power
You
to
dig deep, yeah.
Yeah, you dig deep, and. Like who knew? I was about to end there. Who knew I had like 5 RIR or something, right? So I was like, just do it. But in One Piece, because it's mental and not physical, I've never thought about that cue before.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I just think about like, okay, this is life or death. If I win this game, I'm winning the entire event.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've never had that
'cause,
before,
like-
and I think I'm gonna try it.
The opposite happens a lot too when you're at the gym, you're not feeling it that day,
Yeah.
you feel weak that day, and you get to the end of a set and you're like, bleh, I can't.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
just give up and you walk away, right?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Same thing with One Piece. I think you get to round 7, round 8. You're like, bro, like what is even the odds that like I do well from here, anyways? And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
And then
that
you're just
happens-
like, fucking
yeah.
whatever, man.
Dude, so if we were to draw parallels there, what is the equivalent preparation to performing well in the gym and then performing well at a One Piece event, especially a long, high octane one like Nationals?
Wait, okay, say that one more time.
Like, what is the parallel between
Yeah.
your preparation between the two analogies, right? It's like one is performing well in the gym, one is performing well at a national event. What makes you perform really well in the gym? A is enough sleep. That's
Yeah,
very important.
sleep is
right?
important.
Sleep is very important. Managing your diet, probably 1 to 2 days before the event, making sure you just feel clean.
Yeah.
Right? Because like if you go to the gym after not even day of, like let's say you had Korean barbecue 2 days ago, I'll still feel kind of gross and
Like a little bloated, yeah.
Yeah. So like try to avoid things like that. Eat clean. Greek yogurt is really awesome. Definitely don't starve yourself. Don't go hungry into an event because just like the gym, if you're hungry mid bench press, it'll distract you from like the activity that you're trying to do.
I also don't want to be too full. Like you want to maintain
you want a
balance,
sweet spot.
balance,
Yeah. There just needs to be a really nice sweet spot there. But do you have any other tips for people preparing
I think-
to give their life for the cause?
One thing that's harder about One Piece tournaments than going to the gym is that maybe it's a little bit like more like you're going to a bodybuilding show. That's something.
Some sort of
Like,
competition.
yeah, a little competition. Because I think the competitive factor weighs on our minds very heavily at these events versus like going to the gym and you're just
But like if you go to the gym, like it can be competitive.
Yeah,
right?
it can-
Like,
yeah,
like
with
you see-
yourself.
No, you see an absolute baddie, right? You see just the toughest, like across the room.
yeah.
It's like, damn.
That guy's just way stronger than me, bro. I went to the gym today. The guy was deadlifting like 4 plates on each side. I'm like, that guy's just a different.
You ever seen those guys on the leg press who max out the machine
Yeah.
and then like put plates on top of it and like
Yeah.
wrap it around?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is that?
I've also seen the same thing, but their like range of motion is just like boop, 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 boop. I'm
Yeah,
like,
what is the point
What
of
are
that?
we doing right now?
Like your whole workout was loading the machine.
Yeah.
Like, well, What is going on here?
But I have seen the opposite where they're just like rubber banding the weights to stay on.
And the ROM is crazy.
Yeah,
they get all the way down. Yeah.
They, like people just don't build machines big enough for them.
Nope.
Yeah.
And then here I am doing gluteus maximus leg lifts on the cable machine for 17 and a half pounds. Like,
I just feel like a different species. Yeah. I think with one, I treat it kind of like training for like SATs or whatever, where like a lot of my work is done beforehand. So
preparation.
Yeah. So you
can see it as like conditioning, maybe.
Yeah. Conditioning. Like you just want to be ready to do your best. And for me, that means like feeling like I'm prepared. I'm not grinding last minute to like make up in whatever deficit.
Yeah, because if you're grinding last minute, like maybe a weigh-in at a boxing event, right? If you're grinding last minute, like you're gonna feel like absolute ass going into the fight. Right? Or you're just like not going to make weight.
Yeah.
Right? It has to be a long, prepared, calculated conditioning and preparation for you to perform well. Right?
I also really like sort of like in you know what? I should have started with this, which is just like whatever things that take away factors of things that would weigh on your mind, right? Like everything like that needs to go away. Like you need to put yourself in the most conducive spot for flow state, essentially.
Oh, how interesting. Clean your room?
Yeah. Just whatever it takes for you to not think about these things. Like
for me, there's a stain on my toilet right now and I need to get it out.
Yeah, like just deal with it beforehand so that way like day of, you're never thinking about that
Round
stain.
8, nail biter comes to the wire. I'm like, damn, my toilet is clean as hell.
Yeah.
7 lead.
Yeah. I think about the inner game of tennis a lot in that sense where like you just need to shut the weird stuff off. Like you don't want to be double guessing yourself. Trust yourself at that moment. And then the last part of it is that endurance spot, which is just like be ready to play the whole day and don't give yourself excuses for like why you aren't as likely to do this or that or whatever. Like you are there for that event, go and compete for it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm trying to tell myself too. Like I'm a competitive guy, but like I also have a bit of laziness kind of baked into me too.
I think this is maybe just like the sign of the times. Like, because I used to also be a hyper competitive guy, probably to the point where it was unpleasant.
Yeah, I think I was toxic.
Around me.
Yeah.
I was competitive to that point, but nowadays, I value my sanity and the sanity of those around me a little bit more, so that like my competitiveness has been put on the back burner, if not put out almost entirely.
But you know, this is those spots where it's time to bring it back selectively, right?
Yeah.
Like when it's time to compete, bring that person out, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't
bust out the Endgame Omega sleeves, take a whiff, and relapse, baby. That's what we're going for.
I don't know if you've heard this, but I know there are a couple celebrities who have sports coaches who
celebrities that are like athletes?
Performers and stuff. Like I know famously Beyonce has this. There's a very specific mental model that like also the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings also does this too, where they actually have a persona for their stage name essentially, and they have separated themselves into like, this is me, the person, the human being that lives a normal life and I'm doing my best, and then there's another me who is a demon, a competitor, a performer, a whatever, you know.
Oh, how interesting.
And you push those things that like could be debilitating in your normal everyday life, but you assign it to this other persona that you have. And so I just know famously like Beyonce, JJ McCarthy, or not JJ McCarthy, JJ, whatever his name is, and like some other athletes,
Abrams.
And not Abrams, but they've all talked about this in interviews. Also not Watts. There's a lot of JJs, huh?
JJ Lin.
Who's JJ Lin?
The Chinese singer. JJ Bakery.
Jimmy Johns.
JJ the jet plane.
But I think that idea, while can be kind of cringe when you hear about it or whatever, but like I do think there's like a kind of thing that like everyone needs to find their like inner fire and like how to assign it selectively in a way that like helps you compete at your best. I think makes sense.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I've never really thought about it that way. I think I do it inadvertently. I hear people tell me this all the time, is like, you're so different when you play compared to how you are over dinner, or if we're just like hanging out getting a coffee or something. Like, I'm two very different people, and I don't do it on purpose. But yeah, maybe I should like lean more into it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, grunt more, say more slurs.
I mean, I think most people would just call it locking in.
Yeah.
But like giving the term locking in is very broad and generic, but like giving it actual real attributes and kind of cues to like turn it on and off.
Yeah, like I've never actually tapped into a lot of these mental cues before. A lot of them are like physical things that I do, like maybe at the gym to help me like connect a bit more with the particular exercise. But that shouldn't be exclusive to the gym, right? Like that should apply to a lot of facets of everyone's life, especially a competitive game like One Piece, right? So I think that's really, really good little tidbit.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. So don't disregard the mental game, but obviously you got to do the homework for it to matter. So yeah, I think that it's really just that time. Where are we at? Hour 10. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, hour 10. Yeah. You know what they say? Preparation prevents poor performance.
Preparation. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. The 4 Ps.
The 4 Ps.
Yeah.
Good practice makes perfect. That's the one that I subscribe by.
GP, MP.
MP.
It's like not
quite as, not as good as just the 4 Ps.
Yeah.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys found it kind of insightful to talk about like the competitive mindset a little bit. But yeah, other than that, we'll see you at Nats. Remember the code words. Code words. I'm not going to say it again. You got to rewind. Give us another view. And other than that, like, comment, subscribe, all the normal things. And again, check out the Patreon for bonus content. And we'll see you guys at Nats.
See ya.
Bye.